Hi, welcome to Indoor Cycling Basics. My name is Joseph, and in this segment, I'm going to give you some tips for your body positioning on the bike. First thing is your feet. You want to keep your toes relaxed in your shoes at all times, and you want to keep the heel in a relaxed position. Especially when we go fast, what will tend to happen is the heel will lift up and you'll go straight down on your toes. Try to keep that from happening. It will also affect the entire work of the leg. In addition to, at no point in time should your knee ever lock out on your bike. So if your seat is too high, your knee will actually go into a locked position. That's not good for your knees at all. So lower your seat a little bit. Also, keep your knees inside your pelvis at all times. As soon as the knees start to widen out, your pelvis will start to narrow. It will cause pain in your hips as well as your lower back. So with that being said, you keep your knees in, and at the same time, you want to create a nice lift in your belly so your tailbone will drop back into the seat. We tend to, at times, do it either extreme arch in the lower back, or if our backs are a little tight, we'll get that really full curve in the lower back. We want to find a space between. One of the things that will help you with that is the height of your handlebars. If your handlebars are too low, you will tend to collapse if your lower back is not flexible enough. So raise your handlebars up high so you have a nice curve in the spine where it's not overly extended or overly flexed. Then, placing the hands together, you can either bring them to the back of the handlebars if that helps, or to the front, wherever you can keep a nice strong bent elbow. Because not only do you have to think about the hips, but you also have to think about the upper body. So you want to keep the shoulders back and your chest wide. When our shoulders collapse, you'll get it in the neck. And after a while, after like 10-15 minutes of that, ice. So with that being said, do the best you can, have fun, and keep it strong. Until next time, my name is Joseph, and this is Indoor Cycling Basics. Hi, welcome to Indoor Cycling Basics. My name is Joseph, and in this segment, I'm going to give you some tips for hills. You can do hills two different ways. You can do them in the seat or out of the seat. In the road, we want to try to stay in the seat as long as possible, only coming up out of the seat at the end. But inside, we have the option to play around with that a little bit. So, put on enough resistance that you got a nice, strong cadence, but not so much that you're struggling with the tempo. Then pull your pelvis way back in the seat, making sure the knees stay inside the pelvis at all times. Again, if you have a little tighter back, you can bring your hands together and keep your chest slightly lifted. If you feel pretty open in the hips, the pelvis, go ahead and lean forward. Now in the seat, you want to keep the tailbone down while your belly lifts up. Use the support of the core to help you with this. Also, as you start putting more resistance on the bike, totally good to drop the heel down just a little bit more, giving you a little bit more extension through the back of the leg, engaging the hamstring a little more. The other option is out of the seat. Coming up out of the seat, this is the tendency. Watch for a second. We lean forward onto the handlebars and get mostly our quads. That's okay, but you're going to create an imbalance in your legs. So start shifting the hips back as far as you can until you feel the back of the legs as well as your glutes work. For some of us, it's just to here. For others, we can take it back a little further. Let your body shift side to side. Unlike on the road, this bike doesn't move. On the road, you have that freedom to move your bike. Here you don't. So use your body to help protect your lower back. And it also gives you a little help with the weight. So, regardless, have fun. Feel good while you're doing it. Again, if it's not feeling good, stop, pause, check out your form. And then go. Have fun and go. So my name is Joseph, and this is Indoor Cycling Basics, and we're doing some hills. Hi, welcome to Indoor Cycling Basics. My name is Joseph, and in this segment, I'm going to talk about jumping. Some of the key components of jumping. First, breathe. Breathe with your jump. So when you come up out of the seat, you're going to exhale. You're going to inhale when you sit back into the seat. The second thing, tendency when we first get started is to use our upper body to get up so it looks like this. And then you end up pushing back and pulling forward and pushing back. That's a great upper body exercise, but we want to keep it in the legs and in the core as much as possible. So when you go up, go up. Try not to go forward. Your body will naturally push you forward. So your job is to stay up. So let's try a couple thinking about that. Breathing and using your core. So find a nice tempo. And we're going to start slow, half time. So stand up, and down. Breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in. Also think about the knees the whole time. Kneecaps are pointing straight forward. Now let's double it up a little bit. Let's try it. So lighten up your resistance a little bit. And it goes. Breathe out, breathe in. Breathe out. Again, my core working strong. So I even think of breathing out from my core. Breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Nice work, have a seat. So those are a few tips for your jumping. This is Indoor Cycling Basics. My name is Joseph. Until next time, ride safe. Hi, welcome to Indoor Cycling Basics. My name is Joseph, and in this segment, I'm going to give you some tips for sprints. So, number one thing, breathe. Especially when we start going fast, we try to go faster. Yeah, relax. Because as soon as you stop breathing, the oxygen is not getting into the body, you're doing your body no good. So with that being said, you want to use a light resistance, but not too light. You always want to feel like you have some road under your bike. So always a little bit of resistance. Also too, if you find when you're going fast, you start to bounce in the seat, not enough resistance, and slow it down a little bit. You always want to keep the pedal stroke smooth while you're working. So bring your hands together. Again, at the back of the handlebars. If your back's a little tight, or if you'd like to, you can take it a little forward. But get yourself a nice cadence, keeping the heels relaxed, knees in. And then when you go to sprint, you got to intensify everything, from your core to your knees hugging in and to your breath. Keeping focus on the shoulders too, making sure they're not creeping up into your neck. Keep it steady, keep it smooth, and breathe. Nice. Good job. So those are some basics for sprints. My name is Joseph, and this is Indoor Cycling Basics. Until next time, ride safe.